And the tropics, not the only thing heating up, scorching temperatures stretching from Florida to New England. We have a team of correspondents out there today, as well as meteorologists, Haley Meyer in New York City, Katie Byrne in Philadelphia, and Brandy Campbell is in West Palm Beach, Florida. We want to send it out to Brandy, finding ways to stay cool. I'll tell you what, Brandy, Florida's been making the headlines, stealing the headlines because of how hot it's been.
Oh, good morning to you guys. We are definitely feeling it. If you can't tell I'm sweating, I'm just going to let you know I am. And if you're wondering, well, what is around her neck? This is one of my little mechanisms to beat the heat. It's an air conditioner for your neck. So one thing you might see people walking around in. So we are in West Palm Beach this morning. You can see right behind me. This is one method that people might take to try to get ahead of the heat and maybe get some relief. This is one of the splash parks in this area. Of course, we don't see any kids out taking advantage of it. I'm told usually they have summer camps, you know, come schedule time with the kids, but unfortunately not today. So maybe we'll get some action. We'll keep you guys updated throughout the day. But look, this is just one of many cities across the southeast, and especially here in Florida, that is dealing with heat advisories and extreme heat warnings. Now here in West Palm Beach, we're lucky. We're not necessarily dealing with those advisories or warnings like some of our neighbors up north. But as I check our Fox Weather app, you'll see we're still at 90 degrees, and at the peak of the heat today, I know our heat index, or the feels like temperature, that could reach just over 100 degrees. So still uncomfortable despite any warnings or watches that might be listed in your area. Now, I did get a chance to talk to some of the people in this area. Some people just walking around to some of the shops, some saying they're gonna go day drinking to get out of the heat. I met one runner who, you know what, he said he didn't get out as early as he wanted to, and it's impacting his run. Take a listen.
Out on a run, a late one, unfortunately, because now it's very hot. So we usually try to go out before the sun comes up, but sometimes you just can't do that. I'm cutting it short, definitely.
All right, and I assume he's probably not the only one, especially given these temperatures. Now, when it comes to the state of Florida, as I mentioned, if you look more so north of Lake Okeechobee, that's when you start to see some heat advisories. And then when you go north towards Tampa and north of Tampa, that's when you see some of the cities that are going to be under those extreme heat warnings. Some cities today, they're going to be flirting with triple digits, and I am talking about Jacksonville, Gainesville, and Orlando. They're all forecasted to reach 99 degrees today, but you know, we're gonna keep an eye on it to see if they get just a little bit hotter, reaching that 100-degree mark. Tampa, though, that's one city that actually did reach 100 degrees on Sunday, making that an all-time record high for that city. The previous record was 99 degrees from a couple of years ago. So it's been a hot week. So with that being said, we want to make sure you guys have some tips to keep in mind, because according to the National Weather Service, heat is typically the leading cause for weather-related fatalities. So a couple of things to keep in mind. One, before you lock the doors in your cars, you want to make sure you're not leaving any of your pets, especially your kids as well, inside of that vehicle, because you know temperatures will rise very quickly once you shut those doors. You want to limit any strenuous outdoor activity, like the runner. He said he's going to cut his run short, or at least look for shade if you are going to be outside. Also, check on your elderly or maybe family members and friends that you know that are sick during this time, and those without air conditioning, to make sure they are okay. And last but not least, those working on job sites, you want to make sure you take some breaks in the shade. So where we are here in West Palm Beach, we have a lot of construction crews out just kind of surrounding us. Right here you can see there's somebody in a utility truck. Maybe they're going to adjust that light pole, I'm not sure, but that's the one employee that's subject to the sun out here. And there's just around us, there's work being done, but thankfully we have some shade. So really quick, we're gonna do this on the fly. I have this heat gun. One thing I've looked at in the past before, guys, was how heat impacts you when you're directly in the sun and versus when you are in the shade. So I'm just gonna point this heat gun. Let's do it here by this, splash park right here, just to see how hot the ground is right here. You won't be able to see it on the screen, but it says the ground is 106 degrees. Now we have some shade, some nice trees. That's where I want to be. Let's see what it feels like. As I walk into the shade, it instantly feels better. And as I point the gun down, it says 98 degrees. So that's what about an 8-degree difference. Feels so much better. So just makes sense why they say find shade when you can. And you know what? It's hot, but I will say, guys, I am feeling that ocean breeze, and that's giving us some relief too. So taking as much as we can to our advantage, ocean breeze and the shade, and maybe you'll be okay if you're outside.
That quick math was impressive.
Yeah, I was impressed too, Brandy.
I would have said,
girl.
how about 10 degrees?
I know, yeah.
10 degrees cool.
If I would have gotten it wrong, I would have blamed the
AC
heat.
back on.
Oh yeah, I love it. Okay,
That's
wait.
cool. You
I
have
have a neck fan, Brandy, but are you telling me this one actually has cold air with it?
You know, it is circulating what's, coming into it. So if it is way too hot, yeah, it's gonna blow out some hot air. But right now, it's still working.
Okay.
So I'll keep it on for now. We'll see about the later hours when I'm live.
I don't know if I'll ever. Yeah, there you go. It would be genius to put some coolant in that neck thing, but then you wouldn't wear something.
But then you don't want to inhale coolant. Yeah, Brandy's like, Yeah, you know what? Here's what I know before we leave, Brandy. Between her splash pad and Katie Burns in Philly, it's like a rival of the splash pads. Both look nice.
I was thinking the same thing, but you know who automatically lost? Haley Meyer, because Brandy, she's in front of the Hudson. So I would pick your splash pad and Brandy and Katie's over.
Yeah, agreed.
Thank you, Brandy. Stay
Come
cool
on
out
over.
there. You got it.
All right.
We need to get Brandy an Amazon storefront as well.
She's got those instruments. Tools.
Well, that was very cool. Just to, I think, demonstrate that finding shade can make a little bit of a difference.
No doubt.